Hello everybody, welcome to Paul Vicary Fishing. Today's episode I am going to be exploring new stretches of my local river to try and hunt down some more of its rare barbel. I think there could be a pike down there. I got one! Oh! Which I think is the same one I caught 20 minutes ago. I want to catch the first barbel out of here. I haven't heard of anybody catching a barbel out of here. This could be a totally thankless task and it might take me all season to make this video. I'm thinking I'm going to be trying this at dusk and maybe trickling a few bits of meat in here and just trying it at dusk. Just 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I think if there's one there, I'm going to catch him pretty quick. Plus I'll catch some chub. There's a lot of carp in this stretch, a lot of carp. So, oh yeah, I need to be prepared for catching a big carp. Oh, it's nice to be back down the river. So yeah, I'm thinking just a bit of rolling meat, just going to flick a few bits in. It's not very deep here, but there's lots of nice cover. I say not very deep, I'm just going down. Oh yeah, it's a nice bit of water there. Actually, that's deeper than I thought. It's probably 4 foot there. Bit of wild garlic. Bit of Himalayan balsam, that's getting more of a problem down here. So this stretch is one of the few stretches on this river that's got some shallow runs. It doesn't really run over, it runs over clay, but this is one of the best gravelly bits. It's not very clean, there's just a lot of sediment. We probably need some flow diverters, but this brings me to one of the spots that I quite fancy. Now, this is what happens when a tree comes in and deflects the water into here. There's a big hole under there. I was hoping I could cut that out and make that into a swim. Yeah, big hole there. And if I was a barbel, yeah, big hole there. If I was a barbel, quite fancy that. I'll show you how deep it is. But go in here and it doesn't drop away. No, it doesn't drop away. What do I know? It did drop away. No. There was a hole there before, but being a river, it's changed. Go the other side, it might be down there. No, it's not, definitely gone. Not as deep as I thought. But I still quite fancy that for a barbel here. Where I've seen barbel on the other stretch, this is the sort of habitat they like. Yeah, it feels all nice and gravelly under here, quite shallow and fast. Just wanted a bit more cover really. Just spooked something there, look at that. Probably a pike. Should have left my camera on. Yeah, it's probably a pike. I was a bit disappointed about that, but last time I came here, or last time I waded in here last summer, there was a hole about probably 4 or 5 foot deep right under that bush, and I was thinking a few cuts with a chainsaw and bosh, I'll be able to get in there. But there's no real hole there. But this fast area, you know, barbel like fast water, well oxygenated water. Just need a deep hidey hole for him somewhere. Let's keep exploring. All these sort of bits could be good. There is a bit worth trying. Now there's a bit of cover under that tree there. It's just slowing down a bit, the water. Trouble is, where do I fish from it? There's nowhere to fish. You could just there. Could fish up there. It'd be a job to get one out. Everywhere looks good, always. Right, I'm going to go home. I've got a scheduled work party down here on Thursday, so we'll get back down, show you some more swims, and yeah, getting warmed up for the opening day of the season. So the work party is upon us. I've come back down the river and I'm having a go pulling some reeds out in my chest waders on a baking hot day, so it's bloody lovely. It's really nice. Oh, it's so therapeutic being in the river. So yeah, we're going to have a look at some nice looking barbels and see if we can hunt out this elusive first River Eden Barbel. Right, so here's one of the swims that I really fancy. There's plenty of pace, that's what I'm looking for. And it's a lovely spot. So it comes in here nice and fast, lots of cover, and it just drops down here and nearly dropped me in the river. But Steve here, he's a keen carper down here, and he just gives us a great tip actually, saying about, and we've been having a bit of a discussion about where the fish hold on clean bottoms or silty bottoms. I've been like, I don't really like silty bottoms. Steve quite likes a silty bottom. But we were just talking about this little bit here. There's a lot of flow here and the water settles here and a bait can sit in there, but I said, oh, it's a bit choddy and a bit shit, and he's like, well, clean it off. And I hadn't thought about that, so I've just spent 10 minutes just going around with my foot, just kicking the bottom off, so that there is a nice clean bait, because those barbel and the carp are going to sit right in there. And I've just snapped off a few of these reeds to make it more approachable. But yeah, there's a bit of cover there. It's not massively deep, but I think I'm just going to come in here at dusk and just roll some meat in there. And Stevie, with his magic pole saw, just about to drop this big bad boy. Go on then, Steve, I'll grab it. These are great bits of kit. Is it pinching? Oh, there we go. Right, and now that swim is all fishable, even in the dark, albeit I reckon we could take another one off, yeah? Hold on, I'll put the camera down. So yeah, one of the good points about this swim is, like, here it's quite deep and then it just shallows up a bit. Whoop. So they'll just sit in that deeper water when they're moving up, hopefully. God, this spot looks a bit different. So most of the summer has passed and I haven't fished this at all. I've got caught up fishing for barbel and distracted by other things, and this is right on my doorstep, but this has been coming in my mind more and more and more. It's a charming little spot. Anyway, we're going to bait up with some pellets. I've just got some 8 and 11 mil pellets and a few big halibut pellets. I'm going to bait up 3 or 4 spots and come back later on this evening. Chuck some in. The water is really low. Doesn't surprise me really. It's hard to know exactly how many pellets I should put in. I'm probably going to fish these big bad boys on my hookers. They're, I think they're like, I don't know, 15, 16 mil pellets. Right, on to the next spot. Here is the last spot. Charming little spot. And I know when I was wading before, it's quite deep under there. It was sort of 3-4 foot, which is quite a good depth really. especially with so much cover. Might do a little bit of gardening. I mean, you could imagine a fish or two living under there, couldn't you? But the trouble with all these rivers is they have good looking spots absolutely everywhere. But they don't all hold fish. Might just save me a tangle or two later. Right, let's go back to the farm and prep some kit. The whole scene here is very different from in the close season when I was down here. Close season, it's all full of the anticipation of summer and everything's bright and green, and now everything looks really tired and oh, it's had a long summer. It's nice to see these lovely little vetches though. I do love them, they're a beautiful little plant. It's got its own charm about it. Feels like there's a bit of rain in the air. I know we're due a lot of rain at the end of the week, and hopefully we get some, because the rivers desperately need a flush. They really do. They're on their knees, on their knees. Right, it's 7 o'clock later on the same day, and I've got myself all ready. I'm going to start off with a krill dumbbell boilie. I've just put in a handful of pellets and let's see what we get. I've got my waders on because I'm anticipating if I hook a carp, it's going to go down there and I'm going to have a bit of a job getting it. But I've waded down there before, I know how deep it is and I'm prepared. I think there could be a pike down there. There's twice now I've seen some big splashes. Well, not big splashes, but little fish coming out. To be fair though, if there's a 20-pound carp down there, I shouldn't think he's bothered by a 5-pound jack pike. It's bloody lovely being here. Sound of flowing water, tucked up under this tree. Just need a fish. Right, as pleasant as it is sitting under this tree, I've not had anything for 45 minutes. I had one little brook, but nothing substantial. So before it gets dark, I'm going to move upstream. I fancy this swim. I've never caught anything out of it, but I don't think I've ever tried fishing it. So, there was something big over there. Don't know what that was. My tip's messing about. There's definitely fish down here. That was something big. I think I just got a line bite off something quite big. Oh, bollocks! Shit! What that was? But it done me. I think it totally done me. Oh. Right, after getting snapped up last night, I'm having a slight change of plan. I'm just going with the 12-pound straight through, and I'm taking off the quiver tip section because I think the 12-pound line going through the quiver tip doesn't help feeling direct contact. So I've changed on my Daiwa Power Mesh Specialist to the heavy top, which would be good. Right, we are down the river and I'm very tired, so I might fall asleep during this. But the river is carrying a bit of water, so I must get down here. summer floods are a rare thing and they're very good fishing. So it's day 4 of actually putting some bait in this spot. So I've fished it twice, lost one and had one chub. I've got 2 other spots that I'm baiting. Let's get started. I've just got a cheesy garlic 14mm boilie at the moment. Just see what happens. But yeah, the river's probably got, I'd say it's got 4 or 5 inches on. It had a bit more than this last night. It was really towing through it last night. It's nice to hear that weir roaring. It was just a trickle yet a few days ago. I've got one. Oh, I don't know what it is. Oh, it's going. Keep out. I think it's a chub. It is a chub. Just having a bit of trouble with my GoPro then. It was recording, not recording. Might be the same chub I caught the other night. Looks a bit tatty. Good. So that was worth getting out for. I'm pretty certain this is the same chub I caught the other night. Because there's not many fish in the whole river really. But yeah, I'm going to put him upstream and see if we can get some more. I did see another fish top just a bit further down. I quite fancy fishing this swim later. Trotting maggots. I think trotting maggots would be really good in here. There's a beautiful flow and I can get right down the bottom. But let's put him back. Well, I certainly can't grumble with that. A chub in the first 5-10 minutes. That's mostly what I'm expecting to catch, but it'd be nice to, if there is a barbel in amongst them. I'm just going to drop it down a little bit further because now I've caught one. I'm anticipating them backing off. I've just gone past that tree now. Because when I caught this one the other day down here, it was right down the bottom, and that's what I was saying about trotting this swim, because I could trot down there with lots of maggots, and they're a bit cautious down there, and I've been putting enough feed in regularly for any bigger fish to be like, if there's any bigger fish passing through, they'll think, oh, there's regular food here. I've not been putting much, probably about half a kilo of various whatever I can got left in my bait fridge, pretty much. I don't know whether I'm going mad or not, but I've just had another fish, and because I fell asleep and I hadn't turned the camera on, and I've caught this chub, which I think is the same one I caught 20 minutes ago. I'll have a look on the footage, but yeah, I reckon it's the same one.